says, but alright, it says people will look you dead in the face and say Sarada isn't relative to Hidari in speed because she
Wow.
dodges them.
Yeah, this is when that happens.
A bunch of people argue in the comments, but the most important thing I did was, if you just look at the images I sent
Oh, you've
of
commented on
Konohamaru.
this? Or
No,
on
I didn't comment. Just it's on the like actual
here?
Discord thing. Just look at the
This
images I sent and see if you notice what it is that I'm doing there.
I've lost where it was. Twitter.
Right.
Is it here? Is it this one?
So
No.
right below his Twitter post.
Where was this Twitter post? Can I zoom back out?
Well, it was in this second Boruto document.
I'm having a lot of troubles finding this.
It's not even that high.
Okay,
up.
I found it.
Okay. So you see the image that is with his, but sorry,
Yes.
Okay. Now, I want you to examine the ones I posted below.
Wow. We have Konohamaru going in for a Rasengan. And then he goes through. Well, he doesn't go through, but Hidari appears behind him. Kind of does look like Kamui low-key. But,
It does.
and then Hidari goes in for the Chidori. And without the Rasengan, you know who reacts to it? Konohamaru.
But wait, there's more.
Oh. Okay. So, hey guys, do you remember that one time when Boruto said, I need to take in the planetary chakra through both my feet and it has to be directly from the earth or he can't fly up in the sky, and in order to kill him with one blow, it needs to be quite a lot. And then Sarada says, so buy you time, eh? Got it! And then Hidari put his hand through the claw mark, and Boruto reacted, and Konohamaru reacted, and Sarada. Oh wow, what do you know? Master Konohamaru! Whoa, crazy! Without the Sharingan, as a reminder.
So, now you can say, oh, but Sarada wasn't using her Sharingan in that scene. That's fine. The Twitter post is that Hidari and Sarada are relative in speed.
So,
not that Sarada's reaction is anything.
So, Kamui. When Sarada awakens her Mangekyo Sharingan in her rematch against Hidari, which gives you a stat amp, and she doesn't speed blitz one-shot Hidari, what do you think that tells you about 3 Tomoe Sharingan Sarada being relative to Hidari?
Probably not relative to Hidari. But wow. I'm going to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not even the point. The point is, if that panel for the picture, the Twitter post, means Sarada is a relative in speed to Hidari, then you must concede that Konohamaru is a relative in speed to Hidari, based off the literally equivalent feats without Sharingan amps to do it.
Well, if anything, that just puts Konohamaru above, considering...
Exactly. Like,
base to base, Konohamaru.
And again,
Spoderizing.
Hidari overpowered Konohamaru, but he didn't outspeed him.
Yeah.
In fact, he teleported behind him and Konohamaru still turned around and reacted. Like,
one more thing I want to...
It's not even... He does the same thing with Sarada, but like, Konohamaru was mid-attack, and he was still able to turn around and re-attack in time.
Yeah. Can I also point out that a lot of people say that Sarada's whatever of her getting zapped from behind by Hidari doesn't count because it's off guard, blah, blah, blah. It's a dirty sneak attack that makes Hidari the B word. We've covered this plenty times. So, are we just ignoring the fact that Konohamaru, without the Sharingan, as well as Boruto, just did react to the exact same thing?
Literally.
So, why? If that's such a thing, apparently. And can we also just, like, stop pretending like this isn't just a thing in the shinobi world that are legitimate things in people's arsenals? Like, this is practically the one thing that makes Shino so dangerous as a shinobi and makes him actually strong. Like,
the fact that Hidari can do this makes him strong.
Is Konkoro a B word? What about Hinata when she jumped in to save Naruto from pain? Like, I don't know. When Minato used flying Raijin to teleport behind the masked man Obito and slammed the Rasengan in his back, I did not think he was the B word for that.
So, here's the two things. One, Mello wouldn't have said this at all if Sarada wasn't zapped. Two, he's also mainly saying this because, Sarada beat him physically with the Chidori thing, so now Hidari has no choice but to use underhanded tactics against Sarada.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
And I think the most obvious and easiest counter to this that, well, really, this is probably the most effective, but in regards to Sage of Thick Calves, I would just say Hidari is obviously not moving as fast as he can and or going all out, but he just thought this was going to work. Unless we're just gonna say, considering Sarada is not dodging to the left or right, but dodging by ducking, so unless Hidari's just moving at 9.8 meters per second, or whatever the equivalent of gravity is in the Naruto universe, and he's just that slow, wouldn't that just downscale Sarada's feet anyways?
Well, I mean, but this is okay. So I was thinking about this when it was due to a scene because I remember I was looking something up and someone was. This has to do with Hunter x Hunter, but they were talking about they were like basically upscaling post-mortem Nen Terpsichore Pito when she comes up behind Gon and chops his arm off because like Killua didn't fully dodge it out of the way in time or whatever. And I was like thinking about the scene. I was like, I never went back to look, but I was just remembering the scene. And I'm like, okay, this kind of just gets into a thing in general that I think people just don't think about. But like distance over time, Pito was right behind Gon. Killua was a lot farther away than that. So Killua, like, let's just say it's double the distance. He would have to move double the distance in the same amount of time. That means he's twice as fast. Like, so in the case of Hidari here, if Hidari is lunging, 10 meters forward, he's not, but hypothetically, well, even then, Hidari is just making a full swing forward. Yeah. His arm has to move like 3 meters. Mm-hmm. Sarada just...
I completely agree.
Ducks. That's less distance.
I completely agree.
Like, it's easier to do. Like, it's easier for Sarada to dodge than it is for Hidari to land an attack. In general, this is just true.
Mm-hmm. I 100% agree.
So you have to factor things like that in. Like...
Yeah.
Which most people don't seem to do.
Like, I don't even think you need to pixel scale it, considering claw marks over here. So let's just say Hidari came out of this one and he's like standing straight up. His arm is like beyond where her body is if she's standing straight up. So she's moving like this distance here, this much, whereas Hidari's moving from like here to over here. So it's like at least twice, if not 3 times the distance. At least. It just makes sense.
It's also, I mean, I don't want to use this, but Sarada also has gravity amping her speed. She's ducking.
That's so stupid.
It's objectively true.
Well, something that I always hated about...
in addition, though, again, it's silly, but worth mentioning, to duck, you don't need to contract a single muscle. What you actually need to do is relax. This requires, like you don't muscularly start to use the speed. You're ducking. It's not like a feat, really. Yeah. It's a reaction feat, is what it is. But again, what does she have? The Sharingan.
Well, I'll also mention she's not reacting. Okay, this is where it gets a little bit to a reach, I'll admit, but I still think it's true. She's not reacting to the Chidori itself. She's reacting to Hidari, who appears behind her. And I don't care whatever debate, power scalar, disingenuous nonsense argument they're going to bring out. If flying Raijin Minato teleports to you, he then has to, after teleporting, react to attack you. And that's probably jarring, teleporting. So I think, at best, you both have an equal chance to react to one another after Minato teleports you. And it's going to be the same thing with Hidari with the claw marks. You can say he had the plan to Chidori her after going through the claw marks. That's why he went through the claw marks in the first place. But after coming out of the claw marks, he still has to, like, reconfigure, readjust to the new environment that he's, like, now seeing. I think he even does a 180 spin direction based on when he goes through the claw marks. I could be wrong on that. Is that true? I think he does, right? Because he's facing Sarada in both instances. And if he's behind her, that means he does, like, a 180. It's like, I'm not going to say this is, like, the craziest thing ever, but he has to, like, get used to his new environment. He has the same equal opportunity to react as Sarada. He's just behind her now as opposed to in front of her.
I mean, at the very least, instead of like so for example, with flying Raijin, there's cases to where Minato could hypothetically form the Rasengan and get it into a position where it's like a millimeter away from where it needs to be. Flying Raijin, move it just 1 more millimeter and finish it off. Like, he can do that.
I don't think he can do that. I don't think he can. Same with the Menotechi Kara.
Kind of does it with Obito, but not quite.
I completely disagree with that. He's like a millimeter away.
That depends. It depends on whether you use the anime or the manga. Daigo Knight did a video on it, actually.
Okay, that's hilarious.
So in the anime, he teleports and then full-on swings and it's slowed down and whatnot, and it looks really cool. Mm-hmm. But in the manga, he just teleports to the back with the reset. Like, it just jumps there, basically. Which explains why Obito isn't able to just, like, react in time.
Sure.
So, it kind of depends. But either way, the main point is, that's not what Hidari's doing here. He comes out of the claw mark. Then he's got his hand in the pose, but he doesn't even start the Chidori until after he comes out. He's not mid-strike.
I hate to use this. Would you consider Naruto Road to Ninja canon? There's no manga of it, so we only have the anime to go based off of. Which is way worse for Obito with a feat there than Minato's flag, right? Just Naruto's body flicker, just speed blitzes Obito.
Makes no sense. But anyway, what's also looking at the panel, Sarada is looking at Hidari before, like, she notices him disappear, and then he comes up behind her. She's already looking at him in the first panel where he's behind her before he activates Chidori. So she already sees Hidari before the Chidori, after the Chidori, then she activates Sharingan. So she's already, like, seeing all of this.
Also, I'm gonna be honest, based on Hidari's head position, I don't think Sarada's speed blitzing him. I think Hidari isn't looking at Sarada. The moment he lunges forward, he's looking at the Chidori, considering the entire point of this is that he doesn't have the Sharingan, so he's being tunnel vision blind or whatever anyways.
He also just lost his control completely. Like, he literally admits, like, oh yeah, I just lost control. It's hard to do this, blah, blah, blah.
Like, he just doesn't know that Sarada even did duck down. He doesn't even know where she is. He just expects that he hit her, basically.
Yeah. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Like,
exactly. So, no, I'm not going to count this.
Hey, somebody subscribed. The other 11 people watching, subscribe.
Shout out subscriptions. I hate Wagen in this late SMH. Me too.
Well, it's okay. We forgive you. And that's why everyone else should subscribe.
Thanks, Dolphin. Do we really get a subscription? Because I know we lost 2 the other time since Cam checked, but then we gained 2 back again. Yeah, so we're back up to even. We need 8 more. Oh my gosh.
Come on, 8 people. We need to make a video called "Please Subscribe," and it's just us asking. Unironically, should we try that? Just make it one of these clips.
I don't think it's gonna work, but we could.
It's not gonna work, but
I know. Let's see. I feel like there was another point here that we. Oh yeah. Same with Sasuke's Ameno Tejikara, and again, I'm gonna use the anime for this. But if you remember when he swaps places with Naruto in the Jigen fight to do his sword to like slash at Jigen's neck, and Jigen makes the rod. To be fair, though,
I think he could have done it a little bit better than how he did it. But continue.
So I'm just gonna pull it up because my words can't do it justice of how bad it is. So I'm gonna do this first, just in case something crazy.
I mean, he like teleports, then swings instead of like.
No. He swings, teleports, and is like facing his back to Jigen and does a 180 to swing at his neck. It's bad. It's bad.
Why?
It's bad.
That's plot right there.
Yeah. Do you remember what episode
Does he do that in the manga too? I'm gonna go check while you check that.
I don't remember what episode it is. Do you remember?
Should be 204.
204, okay. Yeah, feel free to check the manga, but I'll check the anime. Yeah, it is 204. So now I just gotta find it. Okay, it's before their full power. This is definitely not the Kawaki parts.
Okay, he like... You see him... He's got... I don't think he like... I think he just waited until he teleported. It's like, you see him, like he's getting ready to swing. The next panel, it's far away, and it looks like he's still flying down. It doesn't. His elbow seems to be in the same position. Then he teleports, and all of a sudden he's like upright now. Which, by the way, I don't know how he did that, but his elbow form is still in the same position. So he like just didn't swing. Ugh. That was stupid. But at least he was consistently stupid.
Okay. Do you remember where it is in the fight? Because I can't find it.
It was pretty near the end. It's like one of the last things before they get beaten up. No, not you went too far.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
yeah, it is very weird.
You were just there for a second. Keep going back. I saw it in your hover thing.
Yeah, I know. I saw it too.
Go back.
It's right around here. Okay. I'm gonna show it on screen in just a second once we actually get to it. Or did we already get to it?
Oh, I guess you already got to it.
Oh, that's.
But we're in the general area.
Okay, right here.
All right, go back again.
Yeah, go back 10 seconds.
Again.
Is this not it?
No, yeah, too far. Keep going.
Okay. This will be good. I'm gonna go back 10 seconds again just to, of course, yeah, at least show you. Yeah. Okay, so, and we technically did see this the other day. I'm gonna also have the red filter on and not go full screen.
I know.
And no audio. Maybe even zoom down a little. I'll just go up and down a little bit. Stupid, but... Okay, so Sasuke comes in with the Meno Tachikar. Okay, watch Sasuke here. Look at his sword. He is mid-swing right now.
Okay.
He's already swinging. Look at that. What?
Yeah.
What?
So the manga just doesn't do that mid-swing part in the zoom out.
That is so bad. Stupid. Why would he do that?
He's
Unbelievable.
really charging up.
Like, again, he was mid-swing through momentum. If he just had his sword here, he could have just killed Jigen.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand. But I think this just perfectly reinforces my point. Teleporting, once you do that, you then have to react, and you have just as much time as your opponent. Even if you have, like, intention of what you want to do, you still have to, like, then do it. You can't just move autonomously or whatever. So, that's my thoughts on that. It's ridiculous. He's so far away.
Yeah, actually, let's go back and see where Naruto was.
He's like an equal distance away. But then again, okay, let's just substitute it though.
Yeah,
where
Naruto's
Sasuke's
hand
sword
should be
is,
where Sasuke's sword is.
Yeah, where Sasuke's sword is where Naruto should be stabbed with the Rasengan. Like, it's basically it's basically what Minato does in the anime against Obito, to where he's like a millisecond away from touching him, but then he just is randomly like behind his back up in the sky, and he slams it down into Obito.
And he's pointing the wrong way.
Yeah, like Jigen is practically grabbing the Rasengan. He is. He probably physically touches it. He probably physically touches it. It's insane.
So like, they're like, either way, Naruto is touching him.
Sasuke's all the way over here. Okay.
Why is he like in the friggin' cradle position, like the fetal position over here?
Because he's a mid-swing. It's just
he's cold. He's just chilly.
Okay, so where Sasuke's sword is where Naruto's foot was. Yeah. No, it's right around. Naruto's foot was here. Sasuke's sword is here.
And I know it's Sasuke's foot, not as close, but in the same angle as Naruto's hand. Why they flip flop like that?
It's practically that. Well, it practically is where Naruto's hand was, considering there was a Rasengan between the two.
Yeah, but he got closer. But either way, it's close enough.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, there's that. Okay. Well,